That same logic applies to Gaethje in this lightweight division shuffle. When Arman couldn't take the fight on short notice due to injury, and with other fighters like Max Holloway, who took some damage recently, and Charles Oliveira coming off losses, and Poirier himself only recently coming off a single win, the UFC had to lean on Gaethje. He's on a one-fight win streak, sure, but the options are slim. And if you watch Gaethje's recent fights, you'll notice he's a bit hit or miss. 2 wins, 2 losses in his last 4 bouts. He's lost to some tough names like Charles and Max, but those losses aren't shameful by any means. Still, it's clear he's not quite at the same level as Arman or Paddy right now. And yet, he's the guy who might get the nod simply because there aren't many others to choose from. The truth is, Gaethje's earned the shot because of who he is and what he's done over the years. He took a year off to reinvent himself, came back with some huge fights, including a legendary bout with Michael Chandler, one of the best fights of 2021. He's shown flashes of greatness, but when you put him side by side with Arman or Paddy, he feels a step behind. And that brings us to Paddy Pimblett. Now, Paddy's record is impressive. He's undefeated in the UFC at 7-0, and he finished Michael Chandler, which is no small feat. He's the kind of fighter who not only wins, but does so in a way that excites fans. He's a star, a draw, someone who sells pay-per-views and gets people talking about the sport. But honestly, Paddy might need 1 or 2 more wins before stepping into that title fight. I say that because the UFC is a business at the end of the day. They want exciting fights, but they also want fighters who've proven themselves fully ready. And while Paddy's impressive, there's still some seasoning he needs. Now, if Ilia returns in December like he says, the logical next fight is probably Arman versus Ilia. Gaethje might be on the sidelines and Paddy might have to wait. But if Ilia delays, or if the UFC decides to headline their Spain event early next year, Paddy could get the nod, especially because he appeals to the European crowd, which the UFC wants to tap into big time. Just imagine it. Ilia versus Paddy in Spain, selling over 1 million pay-per-views. The UFC would stack that card with some great European fighters, some exciting matchups. It'll be a win-win from a business and fan standpoint. So, where does this leave us? It's a messy picture, honestly. Ilia is clearly the man to beat, and whoever gets the next shot is probably going to get KO'd in the first round based on Ilia's dominant performances so far. That begs the question, does it really matter who fights Ilia next? We already know Ilia is going to come out on top, making it look easy. But for the fans, for the fighters, for the business, it matters a lot. It's about timing, opportunity, and who's ready to step up. My take, if Arman's fit and ready, he deserves the shot. If he's out, give Gaethje a chance because the options are slim. But don't sleep on Paddy. He's the future, the draw, and maybe the guy who could headline that big international event. And hey, whatever happens, I want to see those press conferences. Ilia, Arman, Paddy, Gaethje, all in one room. Absolute drama, absolute cinema. All right, that's a wrap for today's deep dive. Let me know what you think, who you'd bet on, and what fights you want to see next. Until next time, keep loving the fight game, and I'll catch you on the next episode.